sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast,
where things will be misquoted
and opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys, welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly. I'm your host, DJ Qualls, and I'm here with my good friend and co-host, Kelly Blackheart. Hey Kelly, how you doing?
So good, thanks.
Yeah, good. I came in today. We just recorded an episode right before this, and was cranky, and the world was getting on top of me, and there's a bunch of ice people walking like Nazis, and just bad juju. And then we did an episode. I worked out my anger, and I'm a quarter way through this. Hey y'all. No, it's a high noon here. They call them hey y'alls in Canada. And then just had a sip of Fireball. Do you want a little bit of this?
I want a little bit of that.
I don't want to throw it.
Why?
I don't know. Because I don't want people on camera, the 5 people who subscribe to our Patreon, to see me throw something.
This is the modern Dave, like the picture, the Sistine Chapel, the David pointing.
I
shit. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I got you.
My brain shut down when Fireball got
I think
involved.
it's called The Creation of Man or something. When they're touching fingers.
Yeah, I went to the Sistine Chapel.
Oh,
so did I.
Michelangelo.
I went. Michelangelo actually put his own face in there a couple times. I went to Sistine Chapel in the wrong month to do it. I did it in July the first time,
I did it
and
in
waited
May.
outside for 3 hours in the heat. And I was behind a party of Indian people who were all about 2 feet shorter than me with umbrellas over them and poking me in the eye the whole time, and I got mad. As a matter of fact, I may have screamed, if one more of you Indian Michael Jacksons fucking pokes me in the eye with your umbrella, I'm gonna lose my mind on you.
Indian Michael Jackson.
Yeah, because they all Michael Jackson always had a parasol because he was worried about changing color. Because that's the thing in a lot of cultures: the darker you are, the poorer you are, because it means you work outside.
Yeah, I mean that was so much of my experience in India was being a novelty for being white.
Yeah.
And my friend Joe that I went with looked like their big celebrity Hrithik Roshan because he's Italian. He had long dark hair, and
We have been conditioned to hate ourselves, to subscribe to some. We've allowed people to be the ideal type or the ideal human. And then those people naturally have done this. Actually, we are the ideal humans. We're your evil overlords. We've allowed this to happen to ourselves.
And then white people turn around and do a bunch of tanning booths and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You're like, what?
Remember that tanning booth lady from like New Jersey or something who was like dark brown. But hey, can you type in?
Isn't that everybody from New Jersey?
Tanning lady, New Jersey. No, she was the Karen Carpenter of tanning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That lady.
Whoa.
Yeah. You never saw her?
No.
She's gone too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
For those of you,
that's an understatement.
So just type in, for those of you not on the Patreon,
Patricia
type in
Krentzel.
Tanning lady, New Jersey, and the first photo that comes up on Google Images.
Tan Mom is her name. Yeah. Tan Mom, Tanning Mom.
And there's been so much research since tanning beds were a thing back in the day about what cellular damage it does to you.
Totally. Like, I did do tanning beds every once in a while in high school, but I certainly did. Like, I had friends that went every single day after school, and they had their little like Playboy sticker thing or the heart. I'm glad I never got super into it. And then once spray tanning became good enough to be able to do that, like every once in a while I'll do it for an event. But
see, here's the thing. So I'm of two minds about this. I get why people want to have parasols and shit and shade themselves from the sun, but your reasoning is bad. It's because you don't want to look poor. You're not thinking about your health.
Yeah.
So that makes me mad because it makes me think that you naturally come from a mind frame of I'm better than these people if I.
Well, I would argue that
lighter.
having a parasol in a crowd is definitely a sign of being entitled and main character. Like,
I declare,
it's one thing. Like, because I recently bought an umbrella hat because I was like, oh, good, I can wear it on walks with Rhino, but you can't get one that's not like the clown colors. Yeah. And I'm like, do I really want? Oh, I guess you can, but it didn't feel comfortable.
It doesn't look good. Here's the thing.
It doesn't look good.
I tell you this. Isaac just Googled umbrella hats, and there is a line for me. I'm only willing to stay healthy under certain parameters.
Oh,
And one of
mine wasn't to stay healthy.
I look that. Oh, actually, the third one's not bad.
This one?
Yeah, that reminds me of an I Love Lucy episode when Lucy wanted to design her dress and Ricky wouldn't pay the price for it, so he had a tailor run up some dresses made out of burlap sacks, like potato bags, and stupid hats like that.
That looks like a hat that Emma Stone would wear in Begonia.
Yeah, it does.
No, I wasn't getting it for health reasons. It's just, I think about this a lot. Because I think about like the homeless population, for instance, like the difference in when you're on a part of a street that is shaded by trees and a part where there are no trees. It's like, it's so mind-numbingly different in how hot it is. And that's the one thing about LA where it's like, you know, trees are not everywhere, and so walking is such a nuisance because you're constantly just getting beat down by the sun.
Side. There is usually a side of the street unless you're walking directly into the sun.
Yeah,
where
and often
shady side.
I'm walking directly into the sun.
That's what makes what SAG did when we went on strike a couple of years ago so fucking evil.
Oh,
was
and
that
they
cut down the fucking trees outside of the studio.
That was next level.
I think it was at Universal Lot. At the Universal Lot, they cut down the fucking trees, which actually belonged to LA County, and so they cut them down to the point it killed them.
Yeah, they did it with plausible deniability. It's like they need to be trimmed. It's like you stripped the trees completely.
You murdered a row of trees to make people suffer for speaking out against you.
Yeah, and that's why, like I've said a billion times, resistance is violent. Like, and you brought that up. It's like people need to start getting their ass kicked. Yeah, the resistance has to be violent. There is no other option. You can never go to your oppressor and say, please, 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 stop doing this thing to me.
You be nicer to me. I have no leverage over you, and you don't have to comply with me at all. No, you say the wrong thing, you should get your fucking ass beat. You call somebody outside of their name a slur that you know is intent to wound.
Right.
The thing is, fuck your responses when you say I can call you the N-word or F with the hard T or anything. I say that word, but I can't say it, but I'm not going to say it here because I don't want to trigger anybody. Not the N-word, the F-word.
I can say it because I was in Hustle and Flow.
No,
and Terrence Howard told me that I'm allowed to.
Actually, he tried to get me to say it once, and I was like, nope, that's a trap. I'm not going to fall into this trap.
I know better than that.
I'm smarter than this because then I'll have said it. Sam Jackson did the same thing to me. He tried to get me, like, just say it. Just say the word. And I'm like, I'm not saying it, Samuel L. Jackson. This is a trap.
The idea of getting goaded into saying
As
a slur by Samuel L. Jackson.
I played an Atari game called Pitfall where you had to jump on the mouths of alligators while they were closed. That is jumping into the open mouth of an alligator, even though you are in a good mood now. When I say it, in 2 weeks from now, you'll be like this. Do you remember when that motherfucker said this? And absolve yourself of the responsibility.
He would go around telling the story like, and then he was like, there's too many goddamn N-words on this goddamn plane.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, that's not what happened at all.
Yeah.
We were talking about this Jake Lang guy earlier too. Yeah, get your ass beat.
He greatly misjudged the situation, Jake Lang.
He sprayed him down with water, and he froze, and he was asking for help.
Yeah, but and he started crying a little bit, and then these two black guys saved him. And then another guy came up and sucker punched him, which I had no problem with. You're asking for this, and then he almost gets pulled out of a car, and then
I saw a video of a black ICE agent with an extremely foreign accent. And he's like, where are you from? Yeah. She's like, bitch, where the fuck are you from? What is that accent?
I just saw an ICE agent in Minneapolis, a Latino ICE agent with a hard Latino accent. The guy's like, are you coming for me because I have an accent? I've been a citizen since 2019. And he was like, why? Why are you asking? He was like, and the guy said, with no self-awareness, because you have an accent. He's like, you have an accent, motherfucker. You have an accent.
Yeah, I saw something where somebody was saying that in Minneapolis, people are dressing up as ICE agents because there's no fucking uniform and all that. You can buy all that shit on Amazon. They're dressing up as ICE agents, infiltrating, and then claiming that other people are infiltrating, and they're trying to cause chaos in between.
They're getting in the cars.
Yeah,
and they're like, wait a minute,
I didn't know that.
You're a fake dude.
That's the thing. It's like there's no way to know. There was a journalist who I don't know her name, but she had applied to ICE to see what the whole operation was like. So she applied, but she's like, if you Google me, you can see that I'm a journalist, and also I'm very anti this administration, what's going on. So she has her interview. Apparently it's like 6 minutes. It's like, what's your name? What's your address? All of this stuff. She leaves, doesn't get a call back for a while. She realizes that she missed an email. So she sees an email that's like, come in for your ICE drug test. And she's like, nah, fuck it, I'll go. She's like, I just smoked weed 6 days ago. I live in New York. Like, it's legal here. So surely they'll shut me down when they see that my drug test is failed. And then she didn't hear anything back. She logs into the portal and it's like, welcome to ICE. And she has a document that's like, here's your start date, which her start date was 3 days before the time that she even thought to log into there. And they're like, Christy Noem's like, no, that didn't happen. She's like, these are the documents. Like,
you don't need a qualification. All you need to do is have a God complex
and a little hate in your heart,
and not be able to qualify for the police academy.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're a security guard who made straight C's in high school, who's probably below 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of little dudes.
Not a lot of tall ICE agents.
A lot of little dudes or guys who arrive who from knocking on a door get out of breath. That's the other. It's ICE.
Yeah.
It's like, are you out of breath from just walking up these 3 steps to my house, motherfucker?
There was a video that I saw of an agent that was coming out of a car. It has a woman in handcuffs, and he's bringing her into a porta potty. He slips on ice, falls down, but then goes into the porta potty with her. Like, that's the thing that is so crazy to me that people aren't recognizing. When you have a bunch of people that can be masked, they're not in any uniforms, they don't have to show any identification, do any of that stuff, then anybody can pretend that they're ICE and snatch people off the streets to do nefarious things to them.
But that's the thing. Anybody could kidnap you under the name of this because there's no protocol for identification.
That's why I think we just start shooting ICE agents in the street.
Well, I won't go that far because hello.
I mean, shooting them with... Killing them with kindness. I meant kill ICE
we may have to
with
edit
kindness.
Because that could put you on a list.
Fine, don't put me on the list. Don't shoot them. Just throw snowballs at them or whatever.
Passive resistance. Resist.
The Black Panther's back in Philly.
Hey, can you hear Rhino snoring on the mic?
Oh, very loudly. I was going to say, if you're
I just want to acknowledge that to the audience.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why there's a dog in here that's snoring and there's nothing we can do about it. So that's just where we are right now.
Yeah, he's
a
bigger than the
sleepy
couch.
guy.
Yeah. So I just want to, if you're hearing it, if you have a problem with repetitive noises, you probably want to skip this episode.
And the last one.
Rhino.
And the last one.
Stop snoring. You're being a real Ty and Isaac right now.
Yeah, I know. Isaac, how bad is your snoring?
Now that I got an adjustable bed, it's a little better. And the more days I can string together without drinking, the better I sleep.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the answer to so many of our problems is...
Yeah, you snored a bit on the cruise.
Yeah.
On nights that we went hard.
Well, it was the night in the hotel in Miami, because I hadn't... that had been 48 hours of me being up, and then we drank at the bar.
No, but it was when I was on the cruise because I had to be up early. That was my earliest day.
Went hard.
Snoring that
Yeah,
night.
drinking will do that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I also found out recently that I'm allergic to like every fucking category of food that I eat. Gluten, oats, corn, dairy, everything.
A girl named Andrea told me that she just had a bunch of tests. She was getting some joint swelling and feeling progressively bad. She's like probably in her early 50s, and she's like, I was feeling bad all the time for no reason. And she went to an endocrinologist or something, and they ran her through a battery of tests, and she's allergic to most carbohydrates.
Yeah, that's me.
I would rather be dead.
Yeah. I technically cannot have potatoes. I cannot have tortillas. I can have rice, but I don't even like rice. Is my least favorite fucking whatever.
Yeah.
I was like,
if your treat in life is rice.
Like, I went into this appointment being like, okay, this woman really knows what she's doing, blah, blah, blah. And then I came out of it going, she's a fraud. Like, because I didn't like what she told me.
You?
And I don't think I'm going to change anything about my life. I'll consider it. But
it's Uma.
Yuma.
No. Oh, yeah, Yuma.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I only because it is so his new friend.
His name is Yuma. I know his name is Yuma,
but it's spelled UMA.
Uma. Yeah.
And he knows Uma Thurman, and so that's of course you're.
Yeah, and
fucking...
so I think I mentioned this on the last podcast. On the first one back after the new year. Anyway, he asked me about he's on our trivia team now, and he sent me a text right after I met him. about joining the trivia team, and it said, "Hey, it's Uma," and it was like, "Can I come to trivia tomorrow night?" And I was like, I know Uma Thurman, motherfucker. This is not Uma Thurman. and then I saw him a couple days later, and he was like, "Hey, you didn't respond to me." And I'm like, "Oh my god, you don't spell it. You spell it UMA." And he was like, "Yeah, my whole life has been this."
You should just change the name of it,
Yeah, you should change the fucking spelling.
or change the
His
spelling.
parents, you are responsible for this kind of stuff for your child. You can, like, my dad naming me. We'll be right back after this message.
Most
My
flawless
dad-
transitions in the game.
My dad naming me Junior has been such a hard thing. There's not a lot of governmental things, a lot of travel things aren't set up for the junior.
Yeah.
So I'll be looking for a reservation that's booked for me for work or whatever. And sometimes the junior is run into Qualls, so that it's Qualls Junior one word. Sometimes it's left off. Sometimes it's separate. And I'm like, you've made somebody's life very hard. Think of another name.
That's Stan's problem too.
Names are all over the place.
Yeah.
There's a ton of them.
Like take a 5-minute walk. So many names.
I
you'll
would
see.
rather be named Jaden, Graydon, Caden, Dayton, Michaela, any of those names than be a junior. It's okay if there's a lot of you because there's a social security number and all this stuff, and you can just put your name in. But having a junior or
I mean, couldn't they just didn't have to call you Junior at all. You could have just been Donald.
yeah, or you could just if you're gonna give me a fucking title, why not Esquire?
That's an excellent point. That is, Your Highness.
Yeah.
Your Royal
Donald
Highness.
Qualls Esquire. Give me something to be proud of. Because people do live up to their names.
Just a little guy.
There's not a lot of, in my personal experience, I know everybody's going to have a problem with this. Email us. But I find that a lot of Robins and Kellys who are men are gay. Like,
You know a lot of male Kellys?
growing up, yeah, Robin
really?
and Kelly were common names. And
Robin makes sense.
there were a lot of like, "Hey girls." And you always know, we talked about this on Patreon. Like, I knew Lindsey Graham was gay from across the road because his blinking rate is wrong. Stereotypes are true. If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a closeted homosexual. I'm telling you right now, Lindsey Graham is gay as the day is long. I don't need proof. The proof is in the pudding. But his
He blinks too slow.
And his eyes are too wide. He opens his eyes too wide and he blinks too slow. And I think it's an evolutionary thing for Southern gay men to not, because we don't have the luxury of blinking. You have to be looking around the whole
Your
time.
eyes can't be closed for too long.
Nope, because I'm gonna fuck you up. But I mean, also it's he moves his hands at the wrong rate. Like, there are bodily, like, as an actor, my main skill in life is observing and recreating basic human behavior, and Lindsey Graham cannot do that.
He wants to. He can't.
Like, I remember when I realized when I started, when I moved to England, and I had my first boyfriend, and I'm starting to really sort of understand who I am in a world where there's context for it. I realized how I could tell if somebody was gay or not when I, instead of asking them, was to hand them a cigarette. Yep.
Or throw something at them.
Yep. But throwing things is mean. That's what straight guys do to a lot of gay guys growing up, because we're not in that club, so we panic because we want to be in that club. We want to be accepted. But a very easy thing to do is, back when everybody smoked and everybody used to fucking smoke, hand somebody a cigarette and watch how they handle the cigarette. And it's like, oh, you want to go out? Let's go get milkshakes.
Yeah, I remember one of Scott's really good friends, super, super good looking guy. I was still in high school and Scott came home from college for some break or something like that, and they were throwing a football in the backyard. I'm like, oh, he's gay.
Yeah.
That's so cute. He's such a good looking guy. So I was like, ooh, look at this cute guy. And then I saw him throwing a football. I'm like, not for my team, but that's okay.
When Patrick came, my first boyfriend, he was was the most handsome man I've ever dated by far.
I've never seen a picture of him.
Do
you have
it?
any?
It predated pictures.
It was the 1900s.
Yeah, it really was the 1900s. No, but you didn't have.
Yeah, I have a boyfriend from college that I don't have a single picture with. Yeah.
And also, I've moved a bunch of times. I mean, and my house flooded. So,
All those pictures of Patrick
we're
washed,
gone. No,
washed
but
away.
Patrick was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and he came to visit me in Tennessee after I moved back to Nashville, and all of these women didn't understand that they were doing it until and I didn't understand they were doing it until he called my attention. They kept saying this, "Oh, what a waste."
Oh yeah.
And he lives in Europe and is more evolved and more comfortable and had been out longer and had dealt with himself. And he called it my attention. He was like, "Do you notice that all the women in your life keep saying that what a fucking waste I am because how handsome they find me, that I'm not attracted to them?" And also it makes me wonder, do any of these women own mirrors?
Well, that it's a pretty accurate allegory for everything that happens in media, where you see a woman who doesn't dress the way that you think flatters her body, or she doesn't present the way you want her to. It's like, oh, what a waste. She's, look at her hair. Why did she cut her hair short? What a waste. She's so beautiful. It's like, you would never get to talk to her.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
A lot of people's attraction to certain actresses too is because there is a certain look and attitude of actresses who seem approachable, and seem gettable, but the
Alicia
delusion.
Cuthbert in the Girl Next Door, a lot of people had this idea, like
Emma Stone.
that could happen to me.
Emma Stone. People, and so guys will look at these women like Emma Stone, and even Anne Hathaway, be like, "Oh yeah, she's really relatable, really gettable," and I'm like, "Sir, are you in possession of a mirror?"
And they never are.
No, I was like,
those are some of the best
Jennifer
videos
Love Hewitt
online.
was a great example of that because she was Girl Next Door, which seems approachable. First of all, I know her; she's wonderful. You don't have a fucking shot in hell with her then or now, but she's dope.
Yeah.
And the reason why you like her, the reason why you like Sandra Bullock, is because that's who they are in real life. They are interested in you, and they are present and funny and self-deprecating. You don't have a shot on that. Come on now. And even like in my own life, just even me with what I'm dragging around physically, is the amount of dudes who have asked me if I'm a virgin because I've played virgins. I'm like, I'm on television, you dumb motherfucker. You don't think I could get one person to have sex with me?
You don't think anybody's trying to throw me a bone?
Yeah.
Like, give me a fucking
Fuck
break.
out of here.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite genres of video that I see online, where it's women showing the comments from men and then showing their picture immediately afterwards, and you're just like, I mean, it's obviously the worst when I see a woman making comments about another woman's appearance,
And
or
women
something
do
like that,
all the
and
time.
they do, and it's even worse when you go on their profile and it's like mama of two,
And there's a fucking cross.
Kylie and Briley, and
Yeah.
there's a cross and stuff like that, and you're like, what are you teaching your daughters? If you're willing to go online and talk about,
I bet one thing they'll say to their daughters is this: "Don't cry. You look ugly when you cry." I bet that's said in the house.
yeah. There's, I mean, a lot of people's first bullies are their mom.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of those things where you have a little empathy for it, because a lot of times the moms came from bullying situations and all that stuff, and that's the only way that they know how to communicate. But you're like, do better.
Yeah. The thing, I'm so happy I don't have children, and I mean, I didn't
Same.
have them selfishly, obviously, and also I can't make them independently, or with what I do, I'd have to go out of my way. And because anything that requires steps, I'm probably not going to do anyway. If it's more than a 2-step process, I'm not fucking doing it. But the other thing is, I had parents who were too young to be parents. Like my mother, I don't have a close relationship with. I didn't grow up with her. She was a kid when I was born. I don't have any anger toward her, but it was wrong place, wrong time. And I think she feels that way about me. I don't think my mother feels close to me at all.
Yeah.
I don't believe that my mother actually loves me. And I don't have any negative feelings connected to that, but it fucks. There are some people who are not able to get safety around that or distance from it.
Yeah.
And it crushes them their entire lives. And so that's why I'm so glad that I am personally not a parent, is because I can't predict what kind of damage I would
100%.
put on this child. And also I don't know if that child would have the innate emotional abilities to work around that. I do.
Yeah.
And I did it without really any therapy on that issue. If I have always felt like if you expect somebody to give you something and you know profoundly that they cannot give you that, at some point it has to be on you.
Yeah, you have to stop letting that hurt you
Yeah.
because you're choosing that. Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about it before, but like I remember Colleen and I sat outside of our Long Beach apartment years and years ago, and it was like kind of at the age where you're like really starting to question whether or not you want to have kids, and I was still doing the egg donations and all that stuff, and we were sitting around there drinking, and I'm like, it's just that everybody that I know who is worth knowing, who is like a really good person, who has a lot of empathy for other people and compassion and all that stuff, are people that went through like really fucked up shit in their childhood and had to work through these things. And I don't know, like my entire life revolves around Rhino. I want to make sure he has the best life. I make sure he has enrichment and goes on walks and does all of these things. And like, I can't, and I still feel guilt about fucking shit up for him. I can't imagine having a kid and knowing that in order for them to become somebody who isn't super entitled or any of that stuff, I have to let them experience some things, but then also having the mindset of like, I don't want them to go through any of the shit that I went through and like being overprotective. I just know I can't handle
You can really fuck up
that.
a kid by trying to prevent them from having experiences that
100%. And it's
you can't navigate somebody's life.
So I had to acknowledge that within myself. And it's not like it was a really hard decision for me to not want to have kids. There's plenty of reasons that I don't want them. But like psychologically, I don't think I could handle the eternal guilt that I would have.
And also the eternal worry.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Yeah. You never stop being a mom. Like I, it's like, it's annoying when your mom is like, well, make sure you are safe and blah, blah, blah. Of course. But of course, like she is worried. She's going to worry about me until the day I die, which will be before her. I'm just kidding. Mom, don't listen to this episode.
Linda, she's joking.
We're going on a cruise.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I just went to my place. I was like, how do I respond to that just now? Like I did a little panic because I can say things, but that is not the best. But yeah, I don't know. Why are we talking about this?
We're just talking about how you can easily, like, even
So-
doing your best job and like being the best parent you possibly can be, you're going to fuck up your kids.
Yeah,
somehow.
and that was my point. And the point is, and there are some people who just, I believe that a lot of emotional intelligence is innate.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some people who can't put up walls around it. There's some people who can't get distance from it, and it fucking destroys them. I mean, a guy who can't get a girlfriend, there's probably some things going on with the mom, and then that's the guy that shoots up the mall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some shit going on probably a cellular level, but also a probably
it's all exacerbated too. Where it's like something that might not be a major issue,
Yeah.
but we're now living in the era of the internet, and you look up one thing on YouTube, it's like, why is my mom such a bitch? And all of a sudden you're red pilled and you've gone down this rabbit hole of
And that's
only watching content where women are terrible.
right.
And then
And that's anything.
Yeah.
There's actually a storyline right now on EastEnders about like an Andrew Tate influencer who's got the mind of these little boys who are like 15 years old, and one of them beats up his stepmom. And the kid is a great actor. He's so good in this part, but it makes you want to beat the hell out of him. It's just like you feel bad for him, but also it's just like when he beat up it's not Julie, that's Nigel's wife. I can't remember her name. When he beat up Vicky, like the anger.
Vicky?
Yeah.
It was Vicky?
Yeah, it was Vicky.
Oh my God.
You don't know Vicky. She's had
Well,
on the show long.
I'm pretty sure you've texted me about her
She's
before.
Sharon's half sister, and she just came back from Australia.
Yeah, I know her.
But the anger I felt watching her get beaten up in her own home, and the look on her face. She played it so well. The shock, first of all, it's disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being beaten up by my stepchild in my home. I'm the adult. Like it fucked up my mind. But a lot of people get indoctrinated easily. And the thing is, the other day I got triggered by something. Before I went to Vegas, all this stuff's been happening, and with my house, with the flood, and I've been trying to tamp it down. I've cried a couple times, but I think I've been pretty good with it, like being like, okay, this is bad news. Okay, now there's more bad news. Okay, I'll deal with this, because I take things in increments and deal with them. But my water dispenser broke on my refrigerator. It's broken now, and
it cracked you.
Everything that day I think it was the day before I went to Vegas, was like I had to pull myself back from the brink of not taking it out on people. One of them was our HOA president. One of them was somebody that works at my building. And Ty, I made sure I steered.
Oh yeah, that was the night of trivia too. You were
Yeah.
less patient at
Yeah,
trivia.
yeah.
But
It was like, I've gone through all of this, but at least I have my fucking water dispenser from my refrigerator. And then I get it. It's like, and that was my water dispenser in my house. Imagine if you were the kind of person who needed a strong parent and that parent just couldn't do it.
mm-hmm.
Abortion is good.
I know it's healthcare. Like the idea of not considering what the child's life would be like when you bring them into the world,
And also
like,
the people who and that's the other thing, and we've talked about this so many times, but the reason why we have to keep talking about these things, the reason why we go in a circular conversation about this kind of stuff, is because it's not fucking changing. No Republicans who have crosses in their fucking social media bios want the child that you can't pay. They want you to have the child, and you can't pay to support the child and feed the child. They don't want to fucking feed and support that child. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Get a job. The child is the victim here.
Right.
And you made the child be born. You made laws so the child had to be born.
Yeah, that's the thing when they talk about like not paying for school lunches for kids. It's like, well, it's not my problem. It's like these kids, like their parents should have fed them. Yeah, but they're not. These kids are victims. If they don't get fed at school, they don't get fed.
They suffer.
Like,
they live a life of suffering.
And you create the problem. Like you create more crime. You create more poverty. You create all of these things that you seem to be so abjectly against. Bye. I mean, just kidding.
And after
back.
this break, let's talk about pleats.
I love plates.
So pleats are coming back in.
Are they?
I don't know. I just fucking said that. I don't fucking know about fashion. I'm not that kind of gay.
You're a little bit.
No, not really. I mean, I wear a uniform. I wear a printed shirt, a pair of jeans, a hoodie, and a baseball cap.
God, how freeing it is to like. I mean, I'm sure people look at me and are like, well, whatever. You never look great. But I also don't have to buy new clothes every year because there's a new fashion trend that I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Like it seems so exhausting to try to like be on trend and all that. And also like kind of not really authentic. It's like if you're following the trends, then can you consider yourself trendy or shouldn't you be making the trends?
Well, that's I don't know. I don't have any cognitive
Email
dissonance
us
for that. Yeah, email us and tell us. I don't know. I just know here I don't like shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I know what clothing brand makes what size of one clothing item that works on my body without having to go and try it on. I order it online. I have it sent to the house, and Bob's your uncle.
Exactly. It's
But I
the
like it.
best.
I like accessories though.
Yeah, you're a big watch guy.
I love watches, and I'll be honest. It is because it makes me feel I can look down and I'm wearing $10 worth of clothes and a $10,000 watch. And it makes me feel good. But it's also the little rockets, man. They're these little engines in these things. the fact that they work.
Those are your kids.
The fact that
so proud of them.
that they like a Rolex will lose a second like every couple of days. That's insane. And all you have to do is keep wearing it. It's perpetual. It literally says Rolex Oyster Perpetual. It is perpetual. It will go forever. You'll need a servicing at one point, maybe 10 or 15 years into it. But that's fucking crazy.
It is very
The
impressive.
fact that we crawled out of the cave and now have machines on our arms that just rely on movement. That's nuts to me.
Yeah. We got the Rolex and the shake weight.
Yeah, that's all we got.
Both equally astounding.
That's what the world's given us. Zach, Isaac is looking up.
Isaac.
I know your name, Isaac.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
It's
do.
fine.
He's Applefying your name, Isaac.
Yeah,
It's a lowercase I and then.
but actually,
Zach.
that's actually Isaac is how Australians say it.
Oh.
It drives me fucking insane. I worked
Isaac.
for an AD
Yeah.
that called me Oizak one time, and I wanted to kill him.
Isaac?
Oizak?
Yeah,
Oh,
Isaac.
Isaac.
Yeah,
Isaac.
they say
Isaac.
Isaac. But so Isaac just pulled up this thing that says, "How large is Greenland really? Your map may be deceiving you. It's pretty fucking big."
Well, I saw a TikTok that said that Trump probably wants Greenland because he doesn't know about the Mercator map, which means if you see a flat map, it doesn't accurately describe how big Greenland is. So he might not know that Greenland's actually kind of small, but on a map it looks bigger than
Oh,
the United
really?
States. So people are saying that Trump
Oh
wants
yeah,
it because
that
he
first
doesn't know
map.
about it.
That first map, it looks
Makes perfect sense.
It's much smaller than it appears in the second map.
Right. So that's called the Mercator map, and he thinks if he looks at a flat map, he thinks it's bigger than the United States, and he thinks that. Well, whatever.
He's a loser.
It's so funny
he's
though
so
because
fucking
Trump was
stupid.
he's so fucking such a buffoon. He's like, we don't want Russia or China as neighbors. We are literally neighbors with Russia.
Yeah.
It was,
We can walk there.
We-
I can see Russia from my house.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Who was that?
notoriously
Who was that?
Sarah
Yeah,
Palin.
Sarah Palin.
Like, well, I don't. Did she ever actually say that, or was
it's
that
probably
Tina Fey
it's
saying
probably
it
the
on
Marie
SNL?
Antoinette like let them eat cake.
Very,
I don't know.
very
Can we find
simplified.
out? Can we find out if Sarah Palin ever said I can see Russia from my house?
Yes. Yes.
Well, Rhino continues to get. Oh no, he did it. He didn't get tangled up.
Rhino's over the situation.
Yeah, he's like.
She's like,
you should have just left me home.
You told
bitch."
me we were going to a fucking Chick-fil-A.
I said we're going to a podcast.
Oh my god.
She said you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska, not from
Oh,
my
okay.
house.
Okay.
So then Tina Fey turns
Yeah.
it into I can see Russia from my house,
Yeah.
but it's like, but notoriously, yeah, you can't
But
like.
still, we
it's
are already neighbors
It's
with
walkable
Russia.
if people wouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's actually during the Ice Age. You could walk across it.
yeah, exactly. Like, we're very much neighbors with them.
Have you heard the reason why we want Greenland? The underlying reason?
No,
The
what is it?
Because
conspiracy
Trump
theory?
really wants it bad.
All of the 4 PayPal bros, it's Elon and the 4 guys that started PayPal. They want to start like this utopian society where they get to do all the rules, and it's an AI based society.
Yo, here's the thing. I don't want to move there unless they put up like a Sonic.
We could just go to Dwardy.
I'm not doing that. But I just saw there's a guy on social media right now. He's doing like today's the 5th day in a row that I'm posting something that a tech CEO says that is fucking so over the line that you can't believe that somebody would say this in broad daylight. And the last one was a PayPal CEO who said, or founder who said that we need AI and technology to manipulate elections because people won't vote for the right things. Yeah, I saw this yesterday.
Great.
Yeah.
We're in such a bad spot.
So here's the thing: if it's all dudes doing this stupid
Yeah.
shit. If you were too short, you founded PayPal, or couldn't get laid, you founded PayPal, or you became an ICE agent.
Yeah.
Just learn to masturbate, you dumb motherfuckers.
Right. Or try a personality.
Yeah.
There are steps that you can take to get laid. There are lots of women, and not all of them need somebody who's over 6 feet and makes $100,000 a year. Like, they act like every single woman wants this stuff. I'm like, do you know how many beautiful women I see with ugly
Yeah,
dudes
all
because
the
they have
time.
good personalities?
Yeah.
Like, that is so normal.
Or just or
And it rarely happens the other way because men don't, like, they're more shallow than that. Like, they just are. They're not going to be with a girl who's like, she's got a great personality because their friends are like, yeah, we could tell.
yeah,
You
or
know,
like or do what I did. If you want to get laid in like junior high and high school, I joined a church youth group.
Yeah.
And
There are plenty of pastors that are willing. That's fucking losers. God. But yeah, it's like
I didn't do that,
It's
by the
one
way,
of
I just
those
have to
things
say.
where you like it feels very doom and gloom, but the like hope is also one of those things that is like an act of rebellion and like trying to find fun in things and
Hope is
joy and
everything.
all of that. Hope is everything. So as much as like every once in a while I'll be like, oh yeah, we're doomed, we're cooked, whatever. Like ultimately, I have hope that we will move forward in a way that's more positive, just not with Trump.
see, it's these. I live on hope.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons why I love crutches so much. Like, I'll be like, okay, I'm going on this trip, or I'll buy this watch. If I can get through that's why the house flood was so bad, because last year was the busiest year I've ever had work-wise. I did 23 conventions and 3 movies.
Whoa.
My entire year was taken. And I was like, if I can just get to the 11th of December, I'm flying to Canada. And on the night of the 12th, I get a call. You have to come back. Your house is flooded. That's also one of the reasons
Yeah.
why I had such a hard time dealing with all of that, because it was like I had made the marathon, and then the cost of the fix is what I managed to put back. So it's like all that work was for nothing.
It's like a horror movie where this person is, evaded the killer for so
Yeah.
long, and they like sit down, and it's like the killer's arrested or he's dead or whatever, and then all of a sudden just like stabbed on the couch.
Yeah, exactly. That's
You thought, bitch.
That's what happened to me on December 12th. But I'm just hoping that to get through this year, so I can get to December of 2026 and sing "Long December," but there's reason to
Yeah.
believe maybe this year will be better
and this year
than
in
the
December,
last.
we shall mourn the night of December 12th,
Yeah.
2025.
I really hope. The thing that's crazy is that that's my mother's birthday.
She might add something. To
I'm
do
not
with it.
saying
You
anything.
said she didn't love you.
I know. It's not that she doesn't love me. I don't think she can't.
Tomato, tomato.
And the thing is not that I don't believe that she doesn't love me. I don't think that she can love me like as traditionally what we think.
Yeah, like a
as
mom.
what
Yeah.
a mom,
Yeah.
right. She's not sitting around thinking about me, worrying about me. I never had which was a little freeing in a way.
Well, and also it's like how does that dynamic work out when your child has grown above and beyond what you could possibly ever imagine for them? It's like the idea of even worrying about you probably seems ridiculous to her, because it's like, worry about him.
Yeah.
Worried about me.
Yeah.
It's like,
And that's also the thing when you have a young child. When you have a child young, I think that a lot of people don't ever get past that stage emotionally. Like, you don't mature.
yeah.
Because you can't. There's no self-focus. Because now there's another life that you have to focus on. So there's no introspection.
Yeah.
You can't grow up.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't just be a kid.
No,
like my
you
mom.
grow up in adult responsibilities,
Yeah.
but you don't ever. A lot of people don't mature past that.
Yeah. Yeah, like my mom had to start acting like a mom very young because she's the second oldest of 8 kids. It's like all of those families with lots of kids, and especially now you see all these influencer families with fucking 12 kids, and you see in the videos the oldest kids are like rolling their eyes and so pissed off that they have to do this because the parents are putting on this like, look at our amazing family, but all of the kids are the ones that do the childcare.
Yep.
Like they're like, fuck this, I want to be 13, but I'm a mom now.
Yeah, it's like we talked about on a couple episodes ago. Like, we were labor
Mhm.
in a lot of ways. Like I had, I think that my dad didn't get a dishwasher until after I fucking left for college. Why would he?
My old dishwasher broke.
They would put exactly. They would put I had a job. I was in band. I went to school, obviously full time. And if I didn't come home at night and wash the dishes, they would be on my bed the next day when I got home from school.
God.
Like it was. So it was. I was labor. I was
Yeah.
an extra set of hands, and that it happens a lot, especially in big Southern families. I remember when I baled my last bale of hay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it, and I said out loud, "I will never ever fucking do this ever again," and I haven't, and I won't. We should. I will never bale hay ever, ever, ever.
I was watching Marcello Hernandez's stand-up special the other night, and he talks a lot about like the immigrant, like being a child of immigrants and all that stuff. And he was saying like he's like the most ADHD person ever. Like, do you know who he is from SNL?
No. Mm-mm.
Really, really funny guy.
Can you show me what he looks like?
He's just all over the place all the time, and he's like, so I tried.
I know this guy.
tried to get ADHD.
Is he from Miami?
Yeah.
He shot a special in Miami too.
Yeah.
Yes, he's like, I tried to get ADD when I was growing up, and my mom wouldn't let me have it. And then he's like, he was also talking about how he tried to get depression, but his mom wouldn't let him have it. And it's like these things that he was actually feeling, and his mom's like, no, we don't have time for depression. We have to like.
That is so interesting too, because there's somebody in my life that you know, who's on the spectrum.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And his parents, he is the only male child in a family that's really traditional and very conservative. His parents won't allow him to have ADHD or obsessive compulsive disorder, and he has both of them. It's clear.
Yeah.
And so for years he self-medicated, and now I think he's gotten a handle on it. Also, he was bullied in high school
Right.
because of it, and so there's probably some personal dissonance from that where you don't want to have to deal with it because you're like, well, I'm not none of those things. I'm normal. I'm just like you, right? But I've really grown to love this person. But I can see the pain from not having it addressed by the people that you trust. To address
It's like
it.
I understand the thought process of it, where it's like, listen, as an immigrant, I've gone through so much. Like I didn't have a Nintendo. I didn't have all these things. Like, what do you have to be depressed about? But like, again, as we know, depression is not an external factor type of thing. But it makes sense that families in immigrant families, especially when it's like you've been oppressed for so long, it's like, do you really have time to call yourself the big sad right now?
Yeah, but it's also the same way that I just said, like
not getting the support from your family.
Depression
ruins
is for most of
lives.
us is not event based, but when there are events happening, you don't have the luxury to self introspect,
right?
Because you're dealing with the events that are happening. So like if you're an immigrant or you're a gay person or you're growing up in any sort of way that you're sort of handicapped in traditional society, you're so busy dealing with that there's not a lot of time for you to fucking process things if you're other in a different way.
Yeah.
If it goes deeper than just being physically or socially other.
Right.
Where's my ADHD medication?
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on social media at LoadedPod. Send us an email, probablyloadedpod@gmail.com. Join our Patreon if you want the episodes a week early with video and extra time on them, and our monthly live happy hours, patreon.com/loadedpod. Also, if you want to try out live, go to loadedpod.com and put your email in. I will send you a free invite to our next one.
You should be a newscaster.
Thanks.
You should get a fucking job as a newscaster.
This just in, everything bad.
It's really bad here.
Try hoping your way out of it.
But you can say things. Like I get, like when I have to, whenever like I do like an interview or like a podcast or like a radio show, you'll have to do lead-ins. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, it's DJ Qualls from this, and this. Join us at 2 p.m. Thursday. Like, that's very hard for me. I get up in my own head about it. You're very good at that.
Thanks.
Good. I mean, it's the nicest thing I've ever said to you.
Yeah, that's true. Bye.
And the only nice thing I've ever said to you. Bye, guys.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.